KYOKUSHUHO モンゴル出身友綱部屋
The year end is a time of turning points and big decisions for sumo wrestlers. For Division 3's elite, November inspires one final lung-busting effort to secure a salary for next year. For the fading veterans above them, it demands constant reflection on whether the rewards of daily toil still exceed the pain. In 2021, we saw KITANOWAKA transform his game in a bid to master Upper Division 3. Since turning pro in the spring of 2019, he'd unwisely relied on sideways leaning charges to try and seize the belt with arms outstretched. His coach, who would have headbutted ballistic shields for his own belt grip, was appalled, and told him to for God's sake go forward. "That took some correcting, I can tell you," said KITANOWAKA this week. "But I couldn't keep relying on the cheap tricks of before." Thus did an impact-happy fighter emerge, bouncing back from straight losing scores to win his first 4 bouts in July, and first 6 in September, coming within this one match of salaried status. November would provide his crucial second chance. "I was pumped coming in given it was my highest ever rank," he said, "and eager to see how my sumo would fare at this level. I tried not to let thoughts of promotion affect me, but I'm only human." Also in 2021 did we see an aging KYOKUSHUHO crumble. The November 2020 divisional runner-up missed January due to his stable's virus outbreak, then lost 9 bouts in March, May, and July. In September, what can only be described as his ghost-like doppelganger looked atrocious. Hammered by 3rd Division Jokoryu and trounced by KYOKUSHUHO in his final 2 to lose 9 bouts again and have his salary preserved only through the goodwill of the rankings committee. But a final act of goodwill it seemed. No matter how wretched he looked, November would have to see him save himself. Desperation yet connected with the genius that got him here, to produce the unreal. But at the cost of exhaustion. No energy remained for compatriot Azuma Ryu, whose refusal to help him signalled just how alone he was. And by the time Nishikigi did this, the stake was pressed firmly against his chest. But for this veteran with a family to feed, Sumo offered one last lifeline. A final day bout with the only man the judges could argue should not replace him. KITANOWAKA. What seemed to the mind as limbo or purgatory felt to the body as no man's land. Raw exposure to the artillery of youth, and to the eyes of his equally lost stablemate, praying for a good omen. Harder charging KITANOWAKA was doubly determined. With 4 wins from his first 5, he'd read the promotion headlines and naturally taken foot off pedal in match 6. Defeat here would mean he would never live match 6 down. The sudden switch of expression from doubt to belief. There. It was time to plunder his foe's riches. And justice was done. An appallingly weakened KYOKUSHUHO undone by his own throw, the youngster's better-toned leg sneaking inside to trip. "I love these bouts as they show you who's still got it and who hasn't," said Takatoriki this week, And what we saw was a typical fading veteran's display. Forearm smash for the element of surprise, 2 attempted pulls, and the only throw he felt capable of doing, all of which failed. Another revolution of the sumo wheel was thus complete. But daubed in blood, the youngster intentionally looked away. Savouring his own success, of course, but acutely conscious that the crushed figure trudging up the aisle will one day, sure as the clay is hard, be him.